Lovely Libra, hello and welcome to your September 2024 Tarot forecast. Libra fam, how are you? How was August? Were you able to catch a little breather, a little reprieve from all the hustle and bustle? We had a lot of planets in retrograde, including Mercury retrograde in August. And so I hope that you were able to catch a little bit of a break, beautiful Libra family. This is going to be a general reading for Libra sun, moon, and rising signs. Y'all, if you're not sure of your moon or rising sign or other birth-like info, astrology info, you can find plenty of free apps and Google resources. If you just look up a birth chart or birth chart calculator, there'll be ample things to get you that information. All right, y'all. Know that, lovely Libra, whenever you catch this video, even if it's not immediately after the time of my posting it, whenever you receive it or you feel that tingle to like, maybe today's the day I'm going to check out the tarot reading, that was the time for you to receive this message. And I do hope that there is something in this message for you, beautiful Libra family. So before we hop into our message, one last plug. Libra, a couple last plugs. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Libras, it's like Mercury went direct today. So not only we may experience some tech issues as I'm trying to film this, but my mind's going like a mile a minute. So let me slow it down. To all the family who has been subscribed, welcome back. To all the new subscribers, welcome. I'm very excited and happy that all of you are here. Definitely let me know, y'all, how these readings resonate for you in the comments. It really helps me as well to know if I'm hitting things for certain people or if it's just like, if I'm, nothing. I'm missing everything. It's helpful to hear either way. So, y'all, I've been loving the comments. Thank you so much for all your subscriptions, your likes, your comments, your shares. I deeply appreciate it, and I hope we can continue growing this family. I also have an Instagram that you can check out. That link is in my bio, and there's plenty of things that get posted on my Instagram, y'all, that don't always cross over to my YouTube here. So go ahead and let's follow my Instagram account too if you're interested, because I would love to keep growing this family across all platforms, both of them, all two of them, right? All right, that's my plugs, lovely Libra. Let's get into the astrology for the month of September really quick. I'm going to try and make it a brief breakdown. I'm going to try. Before we get into your tarot reading. So walking into September, okay, like I said, I hope y'all have enjoyed the slower pace, quote unquote, of August, because shit's going to start picking up now. All right, and in speed and things happening a lot faster. That's all going to start happening come the start of September. And it's going to seem a little counterintuitive, because what I have to tell you about September 1st is Uranus goes retrograde on September 1st. Uranus is currently in the sign of Taurus. It will be retrograding until the end of January 2025. Uranus is the bringer of sudden and swift great changes. It is like the rebellious lightning shockwave sender of a planet. Big, sudden, like tower kind of energy coming from Uranus. And it's in the earth sign of Taurus. So it may literally have these ground shaking, earth shaking attributes, right? I know we've been seeing a lot of bad storms. Uranus governs lightning. We've been having a lot of bad storms, lightning storms, things like that, tornadoes, especially around my way. But I know hurricane season has been no fun so far either for us here in the United States. And then earthquakes, volcanic activity, all can be tied into that Uranus and Taurus period. So when a planet goes retrograde, y'all, one, it's moving closer to the Earth by a little bit. But those days where it stations retrograde, so on the 1st and the few days surrounding that, we're going to be feeling that energy of Uranus, its attributes, even stronger. All right, so it might be a bit of a wild ride coming into September. On that same day, Pluto will be, let me back it up. Pluto, which is currently retrograding, will be moving into the sign of Capricorn. I should say it's moving back into the sign of Capricorn. It's been doing this little dance between Capricorn and Aquarius for the last few months or a year, and It will be very powerful because Pluto transits are not short. Pluto in Capricorn began in 2008. So think about what was happening in the world. Capricorn, earth signs, Pluto, top-down power structures and dynamics. So, and then can also represent governmental systems, financial systems, systems of control, right? From the few to the many. So think about where we were as the world in 2008. I know that in the US here, we were having a big financial hoo-ha, and we're going to be passing into this last degree called the anaretic degree, the final degree of Capricorn during this period where Mercury, pardon me, we just left that, Pluto retrograde, thank you, Pluto retrograde scoots back into Capricorn for its final pass in the sign, in that last degree, that anaretic degree of Capricorn, for the next about 250 years approximately, okay? So yeah, we're not going to have Pluto in Capricorn again for a long time, y'all. And we might see during this period of Pluto in Capricorn before it shifts fully into Aquarius in November, a lot of eye-opening truths coming to light about our governmental systems, our power structures, our, even with that Uranus and Taurus, like our power grid, our financial systems, right? Like all that is going to be in focus, and we're going to be learning and receiving a lot of information, a lot of changes during that period. On the 2nd of September, lovely Libras, we have a wonderful new moon in Virgo. So think about, what is it that you want to create? What new starts, new beginnings do you want to plant the seeds for? Because new moons are perfect for that. Virgo, an earth sign. Besides Taurus, I mean, you could not ask for a more nurturing, compassionate, giving kind of earth sign as far as Virgos, right? They are very much a humanitarian kind of sign, similar to Aquarius. And so you can really use that Virgo earthy energy to nurture your ideas at this new moon on the 2nd of September, y'all. On the 17th, we will have a full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. That's going to be a very dreamy, intuitive period for us. It will not be a full lunar eclipse. I don't believe it will be, but it will still be very impactful and a lot stronger energies connecting us to the spirit side, the non-physical realms, right? So be aware of that coming up mid-month. And finally, y'all, we have the fall equinox and Libra season beginning on the 22nd of September. So we're right around the corner. We're like birthday eve for my Libra family. Keep in mind, Libras, that right now, as we enter September, yes, Mercury has gone direct at the end of August, but we still have Saturn and Neptune retrograding, possibly Chiron. I need to double check that. But Saturn is retrograding through Pisces as well as Neptune. Again, very dreamy, intuitive, spiritual-oriented sign, Pisces. Very tapped into the emotional side, right? Pisces is the only sign in the water sign category that spends its whole life in the sea of emotion. It never gets to leave. So this is going to be a deeply spiritual, connective kind of time for us to do a lot of learning, Saturn and Pisces, about our spiritual development. So I feel, if y'all haven't already been feeling that, I know I have been. That is also going on and affecting the energies. So again, just a lot of interesting shifts right now. The energy and the pace is picking up. We have a lot of fast and sudden changes that are dealing with these top-down power dynamics. We will be seeing a lot of new truths come to light regarding this ego-driven power and control structure. So have your eyes open, be critical thinkers, do your research, ask questions, right? That is an important thing for right now as we see this last gasp of an attempt at the old paradigms of power, this Capricorn and Pluto power structure trying to grasp on to its power, right? And maintain it. And so we all, might have, maybe not we all, but think about like an old adage of, a dying tiger taking one of its most powerful and ferocious last swipes if you get too close as it's nearing death, right? So even though it's on the way out, it can still do a lot of damage and destruction, this old system that we are breaking away from and moving into even more this age of Aquarius, this age of justice, of we the people, for the people, community oriented. I love the way that astrologer Pam Gregory has put it, which is really about not top down power dynamics anymore. It is about a horizontal power structure for the community, right? I'm really excited about that energy stepping in more and more as we move into this Pluto and Aquarius and this age of Aquarius, right? We might be seeing a lot more Earth-related events and storms popping up for us during this Uranus and Taurus period. Again, these periods where Uranus is going in and out, stationing retrograde and direct, might be a little livelier, right? So at the beginning of September, I know that's hurricane season again for us in the U.S. It might get a little spicy then, y'all. All right. It is important to stay objective with all these rapid and sudden changes. Be flexible, receive the news, and don't get locked into any one thing, because remember, it's going to feel like it's getting a lot worse before it gets better. And that's because we have to, as a collective, see the truth of what's happening. It's showing us the truth, and we're just seeing it straight up with our bare naked eyes now, and we're like, oh, right? So Libra, lovely Libra, let's get into your reading. I've yammered on long enough about the astrology and yada yada, but I do feel it's important to keep in mind with the overall energies that are at play if you're feeling this and that, right? We're in very much a transitional period. The only constant in life is change, Libras. And you're an air sign. You can be flexible with change, okay? You can do it. So here's my Libra starting off the month. A lot of fast energy, 8 of Wands. You have some fast moving energy coming at you starting off September. All right. Are you ready for it, Libra? Like I said, it's going to be picking up. It's going to be picking up. So it's going to be a very directed energy that you're going to be receiving. You might feel a new lightness in heart. Again, we're moving out of that Mercury in retrograde. So maybe you're feeling a little more life, like fill you, and a little bit more, I don't know, maybe like your old self again, a little more fun and carefree. But I'm going to put a big asterisk on carefree. I probably shouldn't have said that, because we'll get into it, Libras. Here we are. I should put it like this. Thank you. Crossing my Libras this month in September is the Hierophant. Okay, so y'all have been doing some spiritual deep diving. You're really interested in your spiritual development, like we were talking about with the astrology, with all this planets and Pisces at the moment, right? A lot of us are leaning into learning more about our spiritual sides. And this is very much, can also be a card about organized religion, top-down power, again, kind of like we were talking, top-down power structures. This is the card of Taurus, all right? But this is also about learning so that you can teach others. The keys of knowledge lay at your feet, Libras. What are you going to do with it? This can also be the card about marriages. So again, we're coming out of this Mercury retrograde period. Never a great period when Mercury's retrograde to be signing contracts, starting anything new, unless it's something you're kind of coming back, revisiting, coming back to, right, that you've thought about before. So I don't know, I have some marriages for some of my Libras, because this is a general reading, right? For some of my Libras, maybe there's been a marriage or a commitment that's been put on hold recently, or has been, I'm feeling like put on hold, right? Like something's kind of made you hit the brakes a little bit, and now maybe that Mercury's gone retrograde, you can start revisiting and feeling some of that momentum forward again. Libra, at the base of your reading this month is the star reversed. So the more we get into this reading, the more I'm feeling a scattered energy and a disconnect for my Libras coming into September. And that's okay. A lot of us are feeling that as well. It's not just my Libras, but this star reversed is indicating that you're not balancing and nourishing yourself in the ways that you need to be doing, Libras. Something's taking your energy and taking all your resources where that nourishment is not reaching you, and it needs to. So what's happening for some of my Libras? Throw me some comments. What is taking your nourishment? Your ability to pause and rebalance and catch your breath. Something's not, like, again, we maybe had a nice pausing period in August. Things are going to be picking up now, but maybe for some of my Libras, you haven't really felt that slowdown. So it's like you also haven't had that ability to take a break for a minute, right? Catch your breath, restabilize, rebalance yourself. You are the scales, right? So very much out of balance. A lot of my Libras are feeling drained. Yeah. Maybe critiqued, I'm feeling, and kind of picking up too. Like you're feeling like people are being overly critical towards you. And maybe some of that can be like very draining, right? In the past, for my Libras coming into September, or, whatever. Yeah. In the past for my Libras is the Page of Wands. So yeah, your focus, Libra, has been on your spiritual development. This could also indicate an actual person in your past, a masculine figure, young. With the page here, we're talking about like a young naivete kind of energy. The youngest of all four, right? The page, the knight, the queen, the king. It's the youngest. It's kind of the babiest of energies. But this could also indicate a fire sign. Wands are fire signs, which would be, what do we got? Help me out. Aries, Leo, and Sag. Is that right? Okay, so you might be dealing with a young Aries, Leo, Sag, masculine energy type person in the past that you've been rocking with. Or again, this is conversely like you're leaning into your intuitive spiritual side. You're listening to spirit. You are, despite all the commotion that's preventing you from really pausing and rebalancing, you're still finding ways, Libra. Like you have the Hierophant and the Star. Yes, they're flipped, but you are finding ways to connect with spirit. And that's what shows here in the past, is that it might be a little rocky right now. Like every day is a new day with how much the demands of our to-do lists in the 3D reality, right? Take from our energy to connect with spirit. I know it does for me. There are plenty of days when I don't tap in as much as I would like to, and I can't maintain that nice kind of like calm and balance that I have found on other days that it feels to come easier. So again, this is that energy where you're like, I've been leaning into my intuitive spiritual guides, the messages from the universe, been maybe asking for support from that. But right now you're having trouble kind of receiving and listening. Maybe there's some other stuff pulling at your energy, at your focus right now. Crowning my Libra's reading for the month is the Queen of Cups. Y'all got to focus on your own emotional cup. Again, here it comes. Star reversed, Queen of Cups. Y'all got to focus on your own emotional cup. Put down the responsibility to others. They are their own human beings who need to take care of their own business and find their own way. Nobody's going to do nothing if they don't want to do it first, right? So focus on yourself. You might as well with this Queen of Cups. It's okay to be a little selfish in that way. I don't think selfish is necessarily a bad word, because it does mean that you recognize that you need to fill your own cup first, especially if you're the type who wants to help others. How you going to do that on an empty cup, Libra? Riddle me that. How you going to do it well? You might can do it. You might can push yourself, but how you going to do it well? And here's coming up in the future of September, maybe like second half, mid-September. Yeah, like that. We're having some confusion of mind. Ace of Swords reversed. A lot of reversals in your reading. So it's like the elements, the aspects of these energies are there. They're present for you, but they're feeling a little flipped, a little like unattainable from day to day, right? Like one day it's good, one day it's bad, but you're having some difficulty discerning the truth of whatever this matter is that's preventing you from finding that true balance and filling that emotional cup. I think maybe there's some heart issues that are blocking you from receiving this truth, because swords aren't involved in heart matters. They're all about truth, intellect, the mind, critical thinking, creative thinking. But we're having some difficulty reaching that. It's like a block right now for a lot of, coming up in September for a lot of my Libras. So when that happens, y'all, when the blocks happen, it's okay. When blocks happen, it means there's something to learn. So meet that block with curiosity. Ask it, what do I have to learn from you? Here you are right now, Libra, 4 of Cups. You are really kind of not interested emotionally. Your heart's not in a situation anymore. So why do you keep attaching yourself to it, Libras? Sorry to get sassy, but why? Because, see, you're missing the signs from the universe, the other opportunity that's being presented to you. You're missing, you got the connection. This is your past, right? You've been studying, you've been learning, so much so that you could even teach others, but you're not like doing the work yourself of doing the detachment, the clearing work to make the space for the new things that need to align with you. And Spirit's trying to let you know. But again, whatever's pulling at your energy that you're not allowed to detach from, allowing yourself to detach from, you're like halfway there. This card is like, you're almost at the point where you're just giving 0 shits and you're ready to walk away. But don't let it get to that point where you're so feeling such a strong way in on one side of the spectrum, right? Like the negative side of the spectrum, that you're missing the messages and the signs and the opportunities that your guides, your angels, the universe, your ancestors are trying to provide you. Because there's an alternate path there, Libra. There's another option for you that's going to be more fulfilling, that's going to fill your cup. You just have to take the space and the time, flip this upside down, to balance yourself. Find stillness, alone time, however you can, even if it's just in the shower, right? To gain some clarity. Because people are seeing you this month riddled with anxiety. They see how much this situation is affecting you, Libra. They're noticing. So if you think you're hiding how it's making you feel, no, you're showing that shit. Okay, so you might as well deal with it, Libra. You might as well deal with whatever is bringing you this anxiety, these sleepless nights, hopes and fears. We might even be letting it pull us back into bad vices. This could be drinking, smoking, eating the wrong foods, watching too many bad things, too much shit, doom scrolling, sex, like whatever it may be. This is an indicator, like this is hopes and fears for my Libra in September. You're really hopeful that you can, again, lean into Spirit enough, tap out, do the hard work to be able to bring yourself that space for balance. Flip that right side up, to feel a little bit more like your old self again, to allow some happiness, some goofiness, some joy, some lightness in life to come in, some playtime for you, Libra. But here it is upside down. So I'm thinking that for some of my Libras, the temptation to fall back into vices that aren't going to help you learn what it is you need to learn through this block this month, Libra, that's just going to block you. But if you lean into Spirit, if you lean into letting go of these responsibilities of taking care of everything else and everyone else, if you focus on your emotional cup and lean into what makes you happy, what brings you joy, you know what that feeling is. It's the kind we used to have a lot more when we were kids. Hopefully many of us, right? I know it's not true for all children. And here you are at the end of the month, like your final end of the month. I'm sorry, that's not what I meant. But your final result for September ending energy is, again, the another reversal, King of Wands. So definitely could be a fire sign, male, masculine energy that is not behaving well and causing some strife for my Libras. But more so, this is telling me that a lot of my Libra family, again, is like, you got to take the reins, Libra. You need to show spirit what you want. There's our little spirit lizard gecko. You need to see how he's almost getting up out of his throne. Like he knows which direction he wants to go. He's like, yeah, I want to create that shit. Right? I got the fire. I got the energy. I got the creative juices going. Like, absolutely. I know what I want to go. What I want to do. And spirit is there with you all the way. And they're like, oh, I see what you want to do now. I see what you want to do now. Now that I see it, here you go. I'm going to help you out. Now I know which direction you want to go. But again, you need to allow yourself the space and the time for you, Libra, to figure it out in your mind, to take away the anxiety, so that you can be a master of your own energy and start creating in the fiery, exciting ways that you have been thinking about in your head and feeling inside your body. But you know what's blocking you, and you also know what needs to be done. This is a wonderful time for clearing and releasing this period we're in, like I was talking about the astrology. So use it, Libra. Use it to clear and release that which you need to in order to create space for everything that's more aligned with your highest good. That which is going to lift you up. And thus, when it lifts you up, it's going to help lift everybody else up too. Right? When you're happy, everybody's happy. Ain't it the truth? Bottom of the deck this month, 6 of Pentacles. So yeah, you might be needing support from others, right? This is the card of generosity. You might be more in the receiving the generosity from others than giving to others. You've given. You fucking given, Libra. Receive for once. And it's the scales. Look at that. Bottom of the deck. There you are. There you are, boo. Balance. Bring it back. Let yourself receive. You are deserving of it, Libra. You have done so much for so many others. Does that make sense? For so many. There you go. That you deserve to focus on your own emotional cup at this point. Libra, beautiful, beautiful reading. Get out of your head this month. Go play. Go have fun. And with that play, clarity's going to come. I want to hear from my Libras who took the time to play. Did you get some clarity? Let me know. Let me know. And if you made it this far through the video and y'all haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, y'all, so that we can go ahead and keep growing this family. Sending my Libras so much love for September. Bye, y'all.